Hey, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kudash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And yeah, today I just want to get into a lesson dealing with the Pentagon and the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, which this further proves that the scripture talks about the war in heaven. That's what this talking about. You know, so-called white man, his beast system, his military going against, you know, the chariots of the Lord, man. You know, that's that war in heaven. And this just further proves the thing that we subscribe to, this doctrine, is the right, we're in the right thing. That's why we call it the truth. You know, but I got this article from Nat Geo, and it reads how the Pentagon learned to start worrying and investigate UFOs. Now, before we get into the article, I got this Pentagon, just a regular Wikipedia lookup, and it says the Pentagon is the headquarters building of the U.S. Department of Defense. It says as a symbol of the U.S. military. See, so every time the Pentagon is, you know, reporting something, it's war talk. That's all it is war talk. And that's one of those three frauds. One of those is dealing with the Pentagon. This man and that military aspect of the beast, man. You know, so this is war talk dealing with these so-called UFOs. You have the Pentagon now involved in giving reports dealing with these sightings. You know, it says the government's UFO reports has landed. It concluded that the strange aircraft have been hunting U.S. warships for years, making a new era for unidentified area phenomena. So this been happening for years, but the evidence is so overwhelming now. They gotta come out with it. They gotta speak on it. You know, and it lets you know we getting closer and closer to that perfect day. Everything is now becoming more and more clear and obvious what the scriptures has been talking about. You know, matter of fact, I'll read a little bit in this. It says U.S. national security officials today delivered a report to Congress. I mean, how long this went out? I mean, what, end of June? You know, but it's gonna get to the point. Evidence is gonna become more and more overwhelming. It's not like it's gonna get to the point. You ain't gonna say it's an unidentified whatever it is. We telling you what it is. It's the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, the host of heaven, man. The heavenly host. And that's why you got the Pentagon reporting on it. Like that's their category. You know. And that's why you got different spokesmen from the Pentagon to speak on these things. It's all war talk, man. It says, U.S. national security officials today delivered a report to Congress about investigations into a series of unidentified flying object sightings, a landmark sign that this previous fringe topic has gained mainstream acceptance. And while the report produced by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence does provide some new information about the inexplicable occurrences, it leaves many of the biggest questions unanswered. I'll probably read this next paragraph. It says, yes, Navy pilots and other military personnel have been seeing mysterious flying objects for decades. See, why the military? Because that's what's gonna be the climax. Well, it says Satan and his angels, the dragon and his angels, gonna fight against the Lamb. You know, and that's why the Lord allowed this man to create fighter jets and shit like that, man. You know, because this is gonna be that fight. This is how the so-called white man was able to bully the planet Earth. You know, he's not just known as the eagle for nothing, man. All the way down to this nigga actually taking flight, bombing you to hell and back. Well, now you being picked on. You know, it says a Navy task force reviewed 144 sightings by U.S. government personnel that occurred between 2004 and 2021. No, and these just the ones by the ones that's in the know, so to speak. That's up in there, not just somebody out, in the outskirts of Nevada, calling it in. No, this somebody of government personnel. It says no, the Pentagon doesn't know what they are. There's no evidence that the objects were sent by space aliens, but the report, mandated by Congress as part of the 2021 National Intelligence Authorization Act, confirms that the sightings remain unidentified. And they know. These devils, the ones that's really in the know what's going on, man. But let's just get some scriptures, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to overthrow this man. And he understand, Esau either know, very well about these chariots. So let's get this in the book of, let's start off with this Zechariah 5. Because it said, pretty much those chariots have been hunting this devil and his military for years, for decades, man. They're just like scouting the place out, And the technology of Yahweh Shema Shai far exceeds what the so-called white man have, which the Lord gave him what he got now. So this Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eye and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And as you can see, Zechariah identified what he's saying, man. He said, behold, a flying roll. He said, behold, what is that? He knew exactly what it was. A flying roll, a chariot of Yahweh Shema Shai, which they're going to come in plenty of shapes and sizes. You can't put the Lord in a box like you just going to see a whole bunch of dinner plate shapes, a whole bunch of dinner plates in the sky. No, man. They're going to be in different shapes and sizes and colors, But you know what it is. That's the heavenly host, man. It says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth. See? Because this is going to contribute to the destruction of America. This is not for the welfare of the people of this world, man. It says, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. And that's to my so-called white man, because everything this man have gotten, he have stolen. And he swore on the Bible on top of that, man. Then with his court systems, you actually swear a president in on the scriptures. And the same president would turn around and say, you know what? You 8 years old, you can get your rod chopped off. So, of course, they have to be cut off, man. And that's what's going to contribute to it, the chariots. It says, and I will bring forth. Hold up. Slack it. Yep. It says, and I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts. See, this is war talk, man. The Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. See, just going back. You see the president gets sworn in on the scriptures, you know. But the house of the thief, that's talking about America, man. But this is where you have most of the chariot signs at, because this is where the bulk of the deliverance and the destruction will take place. Right here in America, man. Oh, this is why Lord Yahushua going to turn to he's going to spread his wings over Basra, meaning what that fathership going to hover over America when he returns, man. And this devil knows that. See, he got the report, he got the different files on Yahushua, Michael the Archangel, you know, the different chariots, and, you know, this man know, and that's why you have the Pentagon, which we went into it, is pretty much the face of the U.S. military. When you hear about the Pentagon, that means war is involved. You know, the sword is involved. It says, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, see, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Yeah, see, so to let you know, them chariots gonna play a part in the destruction of America as well. Yeah, you're gonna have missiles to pelt this place, but you're gonna also have chariots to, you know, be a part of that as well, man. You know, as well as, you know, Japanese fighter jets, you know, out the sky. You know, they're gonna also help, you know, contribute to this place being burned up. Otherwise, it tells you that they're gonna be tormented. The ones that's left in America gonna be tormented, you know, in front of the Yahushua and the angels. Cause them chariots gonna be zapping, you know what I mean? You know, but they understand that's the heavens host. This is how the Lord Yahweh Shai is gonna show his power, man. To proclaim his name throughout the planet Earth. This is gonna contribute to that. The chariots. Let's see, this is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 21. It says, for the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim, and he shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, see, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. And let's get that strange working act. I think that's the book of 2 Samuel, the 5th chapter, 2 Samuel 5, which we know how the Lord being made known through the judgments. And this is going to be a strange act, a strange judgment the Lord is going to bring upon this place. You know, all hell breaking loose, Jacob's trouble, a time like no other. This World War III that's about to take place. And the chariots, heaven's host, these so-called unidentified unidentified area phenomenon, but we exactly know what they is. We know what they are. The chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So let's get this in the book of 2 Samuel 5. I start at verse 19. Well, let's see. It says, and David inquired of the Lord, saying, shall I go up to the Philistines without deliver them into mine hand? And the Lord said unto David, go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thine hand. And David came unto Baal Perazim, and David smote them there. And the Lord had broken forth upon my enemies before me, in the breach of the breach of the waters. Therefore he called the name of that place Baal Perazim. It says, and there they left their images, and David and his men burned them. And the Philistines came up yet again, and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And when David inquired of the Lord, he said, thou shalt not go up, but fetch a compass behind them. See? And this is a military strategy Yahweh Shema Shai that he told King David to do, to encompass round about them, man. It says, and come upon them over against the mulberry trees. It says, and let it be when thou hearest the sound of a going in the tops of the mulberry tree, see, in the tops of the trees. So they let you know it was going to be an aerial attack from the Lord, man. It says that then thou shalt bestir thyself, for then shall the Lord go out before thee to smite the host of the Philistines. See, so the Lord was the one spearheading that battle. When he said, when you hear the sounds in the tops of the mulberry trees, it said the Lord's gonna go out before him, man. So the Lord spearheaded that charge in the chariots, man. It was an aerial attack. It was another. I know dealing with Joshua and Caleb tells you that, you know, those Canaanites. Many of them died from the chariots. Then you know, from the sword. It says, let me see if I can find that. Bear with me. I think it was the hailstone. Bear with me. Yep, this is it right here. This is the book of. This is on Joshua 10 verse 11. And it came to pass as they fled before Israel and were in the going down to Beth-horon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them unto Ascah, and they died. It said they were much more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. So the Lord was zapping them more than the children of Israel was able to slew them with the sword, man. So this is that heaven's host, man. You see, the chariots is on our side through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And this devil understands that. And this is gonna see that, you know, it tells you wisdom is the defense. That is gonna actually grow. It tells you that, matter of fact, we can end it off on this. This is how the Lord is going to defend us as well, man. And we just read how the Lord did that with King David. We just read it in the book of Joshua. What happened is once again going to take place, man. And this is going to contribute to the violent overthrow of the so-called white man. This is how he was able to seize control of the planet Earth. Nigga had fighter jets, you know. He you know, this nigga, that's why they got restricted airspace. Like, they control the airspace. Like, you can't fly, you know. Well, justice is about to take place, man. So this is the book of Isaiah 31. I started verse 3. It said, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, see? And their horses flesh and not spirit, see? So these Egyptians, which these are Americans, the so-called white man, they carnal, man. Their power is carnal. That's why they were so bugged out when they were seeing these chariots. They were like, you don't see no form of propeller, you know, or where you put the fuel in. And because in everything with Esau, you got to put fuel in it and so much, yeah, I mean, it's carnal. You know what I mean? He can't comprehend the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. You can't put that in the box. So that will contribute to this man bugging out, man. He can't find nothing scientifically to break it down. You know, it said, when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, which is Yahweh Shai, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. See? For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey. See, and that's how our Lord Yahweh Shai gonna return as that young lion, full of vigor, not going to back down, really uh, welcomes the, you know, the young lion welcomes the pressure, so to speak, for lack of better words. You know, that's why tells you that when that violent that multitude of where violence is gonna come to the Lord, what he gonna do? He gonna zap them, man. Tells you that in Zechariah 13th chapter, man. It says when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. See? So the Lord is not going to back down, from the so-called white man. See these different laws, legislations being passed. This man beefing up his military. You got the Space Force now. That's just like a lion, having a feeding frenzy on some sheep. He's not going to, especially if he's hungry, he's not going to somehow concede because you told him to get. Oh, you see, this nigga, he got a staff in his hand. That lion is not going to back down, man. How much more, Lord Yahweh, shall I tell you, the day of vengeance burns in his heart. When that's why you constantly read about the destruction of America, man, throughout the scriptures. It says, so shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion and for the hill thereof. See? It says, as birds fly, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending, also he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it. See? And this is how the Lord is going to defend us, man. And it said, as birds fly, so that lets you know it's going to be an aerial attack. And this just further proves that one. And we getting closer to this thing, man. That's why you constantly get reports and videos and news clips about it. Because everything is about to come into its perfection. The end of all things is nigh at hand, man. Everything is about to be summed up. Everything is about to come to its fullness. Everything is becoming right. So yeah, I just hope to edify. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakha. I'd like to give the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, as these word and truth.